So, hi! I have a little bit of a new setup, as you can see if you see my other videos. I am facing the window this time. In my other videos, I was sitting where the TV is, and it was, I think, prettier that you could see like the room and the window. But here I have some better light, and we got a TV to watch the Olympics on, and I can't sit there anymore because I don't have room to put my camera on that ledge. So it is what it is. This will be fine. The lighting's a little bit better. I have to figure out where to like sit in relation to the camera again, because like I had figured it out over there, and over here I hadn't figured it out. And I filmed this video once before, and like it cut off right here at my chin, and it was, I was really happy with that video and how I was like talking and my dynamic with the camera and what I said. I thought I was like not funny, but like I was amusing, and bad framing. But life goes on, and I'm doing this again. So what have I been up to? It has been a long time. I understand that. I have been working on 2 or 3 projects really consistently. I got a lot done, I think. And while I was working on a project, I would say, ooh, I want to finish this one part of this project, and it'll be like, ooh, yeah, she got so much done. And then I'll finish it, and I'll say, oh, but like if I finish the face, it'll look so much more done. And so I just keep doing that, being like, oh yeah, I want to like impress my audience. Because I want this to be impressive, I guess. I mean, I'm showing off my, it's not my artwork, but like my handiwork, and I don't know. But I got in a cycle of that, and a cycle of being busy because I'm in college, and I didn't film a video. And this is like probably a March update. I'm not sure if I'm gonna call this a February or a March update. It's just an update. That's what it is. So anyway, I have some finishes. My first finishes of 2018, guys. I'm so excited. If you remember in my first video, I mentioned, and my second video maybe as well, I mentioned my Henry VIII cross stitch by Clouds Factory. And I said, I just need to finish it. It's going to take me 30 minutes. I just need to do backstitch, and I'll just have it done, and it'll be awesome. And I did it, and it didn't take 30 minutes. It took like 2 hours. And I had to go and buy more thread, which was fun. A lot of fun. But anyway, it's done. I finished it. Henry VIII is done. And this is what it looks like. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. My back is not very neat, partially because the metallic I used wasn't even DMC. It was like a Hobby Lobby metallic because I was cheap, and not doing that again. It was awful. It snagged on everything, and I used 2 strands, and I should have used 1 strand. And yeah, no. So that's probably why it took a little bit of time, but also backstitching takes more time than I think it does. And I don't know. It was nice to go back to Aida. I've been spending a lot of time on even weaves and linens with my new projects, and this is just 16 count Aida, and it was kind of nice to just count over stitches normally instead of having to be like, wait, was this 2 or like 3 holes, because it needs to be 2, and if I do 3 I am ruined. But no, this is stitched on a 16 count Zweigart Aida dyed by Picture This Plus. It's called Rin, I think. I'm pretty sure. If you remember in my last video, sorry. I said I didn't quite know what it was called, and I'm still not 100%, but I am like 95% sure that this is Rin. And it's upside down. And I like it. It was pretty. It was well modeled, and it was a natural color, and I wanted it to look old, and it looks old. And I'm happy with it. And also Zweigart Aida is like so soft, and I will be using it again. if I want to stitch something on Ada. And I finished something else. It is Double Double by the Prairie Schooler. This is stitched on 28 count lamb's wool Jobelan. This is a 9x13, yeah. This is a 9x13 piece of lamb's wool Jobelan by Witcholt. Yeah, Witcholt. And it's not even Halloween, and I finished it. I'm so excited because I love this. This is so cool. It's a lot more dense in stitches than I expected it to be, but I had the pattern, so like, why did I think it would be less? And everyone says that Prairie Schoolers are dense, and I was like, oh, it'll be fine. And I mean, it was fine. It was wonderful. I loved it. But it did take longer than I thought it would, to be perfectly honest. But it was so refreshing to just mindlessly stitch something. This is all, it's 3 colors. There's an orange, a gray, and a brown. It's not black. And it's 3371. The brown is the 3371. And the only time the gray is used is in the cauldron. Like, in the smoke. So like, oh, it's 2 colors. But I could just sit down and watch a movie. I watched Blade Runner, which was good. It was weird, and I liked it, but anyway, it was good. And I could pull out as long of a strand as 3371 I wanted, and I could just stitch. And it was great. And they're just giant blocks of color, and it was like each of these little characters, like the skull or the lizard or a cat, was a little finish, and I loved it. And it went by so quickly, even though it took a good little while. And yeah, I did that. I finished it over spring break because I'm in college and we had spring break. And I had so much time to just sit down and just stitch straight for a day. I did that for about 3 days, and that's what finished this. So I am proud of that. So yeah, that's what I got done. That's what's finished. I do have something to replace my little, not rotation because I don't rotate, but like I have 2 whips going, and I have something to replace the Double Double whip, which I'll show you later because it's kind of also a haul. And I'm working on Royal Games 1 by Mirabilia. Guys, I am so close to being done with this. I am so excited. I got this for Christmas. I started it right after Christmas, so it's taken me the entirety of 3 months to get here. But guys, I'm almost done. Do you see that? That's what almost done looks like. I'm so happy. I have the Queen of Hearts completely finished, backstitch, metallic and all, and the Queen of Spades. All of her regular cross stitch is almost done. I just have like this little bottom section of her hair, and I'll be done. And then I can, she doesn't have any metallics, and then I can cross stitch, what's it look like? I can cross stitch the little spade and the little heart, and then I can do the little card and put the beads in, and that'll be it. And it'll take me longer than I think it will, but like I am like 90% of the way there, and I'm so happy. So yeah, I didn't stitch on this. No, yes I did, that's a lie. I stitched for the first part of spring break on Double Double, and the second half I stitched on this, but I only got like a day in. And I finished her, sort of her bodice and her sleeves, everything below her sort of bust I finished over spring break. And then since I've gotten back, and it's been a little while, I finished bust and head. So I'm so proud of this. This is my first like really big project. And it looks fabulous. And I've gotten so many compliments, and I'm trying to tell them like, no, it's not that hard. Someone else did the hard part by like doing the art, and I'm just following directions so I can recreate it. Like, if you can draw an X, you can do this. But I'm still admittedly very proud. And so that's what I got done on that. I hopefully want to finish the cross stitch of the lady today. I would like to get the heart and the spade done and the card, but I don't know if that's going to happen. My only real goal is finish her hair. And then I'll be so close, and by next video I'll have a new start, and I'll talk about that in my plans section, which is going to happen soonish. I did get a new start, which is also kind of a haul, so I'm gonna show you what I got and what I started. I talked last video about Rosewood Manor and how I had so much stuff in my stash, but I just wanted to start it, and so I bought it. And it's Black Lake Sampler by Rosewood Manor, designed by Karen Kluba. And I think it's just so pretty. This little section in the middle is 1 by 1, and then there's like cross stitch in the border, and then there's also back stitch. So it's like a perfect mix of everything. If you want to learn to do all those things, this is like the perfect mix. But be warned, it's kind of large. It's 160 by 160 stitches, and when you add like 2 to 3 inches on either side, it comes out to like a 17-inch square of fabric that you need. So I had to buy an 18 by 27 piece of fabric for this piece. And I wasn't even going to use all of it. I was going to use like a 17-inch square. So I cut my fabric, and now I have like a 10 by 18 square of fabric left that I'm not sure what to do with. But I'll find something. Having too much fabric is never a problem. But anyway, I'm stitching this on 28 count white Joblin. It's not fancy, like antique white or like ivory. It's just white. I thought with the black work that would look best. I wanted it to pop, and also there's some really bright colors in the middle in this 1 by 1 section, 1 over 1 section, and yeah, so I haven't done much on this. I started in the 1 over 1 section because I wanted it to be centered, and I didn't want like, I don't know how to say this. I didn't want to find the center of the fabric and then count up wrong so that everything was off center and the square was the wrong size and the 1 by 1 wouldn't be centered in it. So I just did the 1 by 1 first. And that's what I got. Not much, admittedly, but it's a lot more than it looks like, because this is all 1 by 1. I keep saying 1 by 1. It's 1 over 1. And it takes a long time. It's teeny. It looks so good, but it's tiny. This little section of like flowers up here, there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 colors in those flowers. It's ridiculous. It's like half of the colors that this like little inside section calls for. And it took me a whole episode of SNL, which is like 45 minutes to an hour. So yeah, this is taking forever, but it's lovely and I love it, and it's going to be wonderful. Again, that's just white 28 count Joblin. So yeah, those are my whips and a little bit of kind of haul, I guess, if you count the pattern and this piece of fabric. I do have one more thing of haul. I have an L&S in my hometown. Not in the town I'm going to school in, but in my hometown. And my mom took me to it. And we looked around, and I was like a kid in a candy store. It was wonderful. They had everything. And I got to like feel the silks. I've never felt silks before, and they were so soft, guys. They were wonderful. I loved them. I got to look at all the fabric, but I didn't buy anything because I'm a broke college kid, which you wouldn't know by all of the patterns I'm doing. But I didn't buy anything, so I didn't have any money, and my mom surprised me with one of the patterns I was looking at. And so thank you, Mom, I love you. She doesn't watch my videos, but like, it was so sweet and I love it. And it is Blackbird Fracture by Plum Street Samplers. Isn't it so cool? It's my first Plum Street Samplers. I'm so excited, and I'm so excited that I'm going to start this as soon as physically possible, which is why I have another package from 123 Stitch coming in Monday. And then I'm going to start this, and I'm going to have 3 whips, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, it's Blackbird Fracture. Fracture? I don't know how to say it. That's how I'm saying it. You can correct me if you want. The model was stitched on 36 count Patriots Brew linen 1/2. I've picked a fabric, a Picture This Plus fabric in 36 count, but I didn't pick Patriots Brew. What is that? Patriots Brew? I think it's R&R Reproductions that is that fabric maker. I decided not to do that. And it is 243 stitches wide and 114 stitches high, which is not insignificant, actually. I thought it was much smaller than it is. That's like as big as Black Lace Sampler. Okay. I'm still gonna start it. But, and it's charted for Weeks Dye Works and Classic Colorworks. And I've never worked with, is it hand dyed or over dyed? I think it's over dyed. I've never worked with over dyed floss before. But I understand you have to do the X's one at a time, which I'm fine with. But I was looking it up and sort of pricing it out and seeing how much it would cost me to do it all in these flosses, and there are 12 of them, and I don't really, I mean, I'm in college, and I don't really, I mean, I do. I had the money to buy all of the flosses, but I kind of wanted to stretch my money into more things, because if I were to buy all the flosses, I would just have to do this on a piece of fabric I have in my stash, and I would have to do it, like, I wouldn't be able to get any other patterns, so I kind of decided to stretch my money, and make it look as good as possible for minimal price. So, what I decided is to do it in the DMC conversion, which they have provided, except for like 2 colors. I've decided to do this little like yellow orb and the inside of these pink flowers in the overdyed floss, because I think those are only the ones that really show off the variegation, and everything else I think I could just get by just doing the crows in straight black, or the green just green. So that's what I've decided to do. And with the extra money I got by only buying 2 colors instead of 12, I bought a nice piece of fabric for this to go on. A nice hand-dyed fabric. I'll show that to you in my next video, because it's not here yet. And I bought, what else did I buy? I bought a piece of fabric for another project, which I'll talk to you in plans. And I bought another pattern. And so instead of just buying all of the floss, I bought more so that I could do more. But I think it'll look good. And it's all just cotton, so it's not going to be like a texture difference. And it'll be fine. And I'm so excited. It looks so good. So that is haul and whips. Now sort of like plans. So I went to Joann's a couple weeks ago, and they were having a sale for 33 cents, like a skein floss, and I had a 25% off coupon. So I bought like 40 skeins for my next like 2 projects of DMC for like $11, and some like bobbins. Those were included in that $11 price, and it was like $11. I was so proud of myself. And so I bought all of the floss that I didn't already have for Elizabeth. which looks like this. I considered doing her in like a blue conversion, but I decided not to. So I just got her in the Charted colors, and yeah, this is the piece, like this is the pattern that I bought the piece of fabric for. I'm stitching it on a 32 count cream Lugana. I've just spoiled the haul for you because that's literally the only thing that's not going to be already started, but it's okay. But this isn't even the next piece I want to do. I just have a habit of kitting up every project, like every pattern I have, because I like to have something ready, like if the mood strikes me, and I kind of have some planned out, like, patterns that I want to do. So, because I am so close to being done with Royal Games, I am preparing myself to start this next pattern. Excuse me. This next pattern, which is Angel of Love by Lavender and Lace. Which looks like, can you see that? Looks like that. And like her whole skirt is done up in beads. I went through this pattern the other day and I highlighted all the beads. Like each different bead was a different color of highlighter, and it was gigantic. And I am a little intimidated, but you know, live and learn. I will get through this. But I'm pretty excited to start that. I think I'm going to try to stitch it beads last. That might be a little difficult because of counting, but we'll make it. It'll be fine. And that's going to be stitched on 28 count mushroom Lugana in an 18 by 27 piece. Yeah, I'm not going to get that out because it's all in a bag, and I don't want a crinkling like plastic sound. But my first video, I show all that if you're interested and you haven't seen it. And I'm doing it in all the Charted beads and colors, except I'm switching out, I think it's the DMC Gold for Petite Treasure Braid. I'm doing it PB03. So yeah, that's that plan. And then I'm planning on starting Plum Street Samplers as soon as that fabric gets in. I'm so excited. And then after I finish the Angel, I want to start Elizabeth. As far as smaller projects, because I consider those my big projects, except for the Blackbird fracture. But like my big project is going to be the Angel and then Elizabeth. And as far as small projects, I only have Plum Street Samplers. That one, and then it's just whatever I want. And the pattern I'm getting in is also, I'm just ruining the whole haul. It's also a Plum Street Samplers pattern. And it's also gigantic. Like, it's huge. I saw the pattern on Little Yellow House Crafts channel, and I fell in love with it, and I am doing it, but it's huge, and I'm dying. So see if you can figure out what it is. But I might just start that once I finish something. But those are the only plans I have that are definite. So that's what I have. That's all I got. So thank you for sticking around. I don't know how long this video is yet because I don't have the viewfinder. But you know, thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you hopefully next month. Bye.